of the year. This year it's extra special because this is the 20th Hall of Fame induction ceremony that we've had here at UNE. With no further ado, I'd like to welcome Casey Keenan to the stage to get our program going. One housekeeping matter for the presenters and the inductees is the gifts that we have for the inductees we'll distribute after the ceremony, right before we do pictures.
Good evening, everyone. It is my sincere pleasure to introduce this evening's first inductee, 2006 graduate, Matt McManus. Matt had a truly impressive four-year basketball career. He averaged double digits in scoring each season while leading the team in scoring in 3 of those years. Matt finished his career with 1,506 points, which stood as the 8th highest total in program history at the time of his graduation. He made 283 three-pointers while shooting at a 42% clip from beyond the arc, place him in the top 3 in each of those categories as well. Matt also still ranks in the program's top 10 in career steals and free throw percentage. Matt was a multi-time Commonwealth Coast Conference all-conference basketball selection, a true leader on and off the court. He was described in the following way by former coach John Hayes, quote, "Matt's intelligence and ability to see the big picture set him apart from his teammates. Matt was a kind and thoughtful student athlete, and he was a deadly competitor and clutch performer," end quote. Personally, as a former coach of Matt in both basketball and golf, a fellow coach with him on the sidelines, and a dear close friend, I want it to be known just how complete of a student athlete and basketball player he was. When college coaches are looking for leaders within their programs, they're searching for someone who leads by example. This is exactly what Matt did during his time here at UNE, and he continues to do that now every single day. Matt was and still is extremely unique. He practiced the right way every day. He was the ultimate teammate at all times, and he was as driven a competitor that I've ever been around. I always called him the pitching machine due to his perfect shooting form. To this day, I still consider Matt the best shooter the basketball program here at UNE's ever had. Beyond his incredible ability to shoot the ball, he was a complete player with a basketball IQ that was off the charts. I echo Coach Hayes' words that Matt embodied everything that goes along with being a competitor. I feel blessed to have been able to have coached Matt, coached alongside Matt, and I will always consider him one of my greatest friends. I want to wish Matt and all of his family here tonight congratulations on this tremendous honor. Matty, your family has been your priority ever since the first day I met you. I know having them here tonight means the world to you. At this time, I'd like to ask 2006 graduate Matt McManus to please come forward.
Thank you. That was incredible, Casey. And I'm going to start right there. I met Casey when I was 17 years old. I realized I've known you for 25 years, and it means a lot to hear that from you and for you to be announcing me tonight. Casey coached me 4 years in basketball, a year in golf. I coached with him. He gave me a place to live. They don't make them like Casey anymore. He's an incredible person, fantastic representative of UNE, and I just appreciate you, buddy. Thank you. Kayla, Vonde, Ryan, it was nice to meet you. Congratulations on your incredible careers and your induction tonight. I don't generally feel old very much, but I did with that picture. So you were all blessed to play in these great facilities, and you know, it's been fantastic to see this school. The Hall of Fame committee, thank you very much. This is a really big honor for me and my family. The alumni office, thanks for hosting this event. Amber, You helped me out over the last few weeks. Thank you. I don't know where you are now, but I appreciate it. I mentioned as an alum coming back here and seeing how this school has transformed is exciting. And there's a lot of energy, a lot of pride. There's more facilities, teams. It's fantastic to see just the program grow and become even more than what it was when we were here. Heather, I know that takes a lot of strong leadership. Congratulations. Kurt, you've always been a supporter. Kurt was the women's coach while I was playing basketball for 4 years. We spent a lot of time, bus rides, just a great human being. We had a lot of respect for each other. I was able to play golf for Kurt. I am not getting inducted tonight because of my golf scores, so let's not talk about those. But I always look forward to seeing Kurt every year at the golf tournament, and it's great that he's still a part of the community. I'm really thrilled to have my family here today. My wife, Amy, is an alum as well. I should say an accomplished alum with a bachelor's degree. She was a DPT student in '09, also a soccer player, varsity soccer player for 3 years. So it's just, we have great memories. We talk about a lot. It's great to be back here with our family, our kids, and I always appreciate your support. It's nice. We have our 2 boys here, Braden and Brooks. They were asking if any other kids would be here today, so they didn't luck out. But 2 little athletes, it means a lot for them to be here and for them to experience this too. And my parents are here, Michelle and Steve, which is no surprise. For those that played with me, you know that my parents were at, I think, every game, almost every game. I played 103 games. I bet you they were there for 98 of them. And they're not from Maine. I grew up in Rhode Island. We're talking about 2.5-hour rides on Tuesday nights, Thursday nights. They're working full time. They're getting home. They ate peanut M&Ms up and back all the way. That's what kept them going. They brought Markio and I a bunch of cookies to bring back for the dorm. It's meaningful. They've always been there. They coached me when I was young, and just your love and support has stayed with me, and I really appreciate that. My brother, I have to mention too, he was not here. He's not able to be here tonight. He lives out west, but was always a sense of support for me as well, and I thank him for that. Coaches. So first off, Coach Hayes, just really, really thank you for an incredible nomination. You entrusted me as a leader of the team, as a captain of the team. You saw value to bring me back as an assistant coach, and that's all very meaningful. It has stayed with me. I continue to coach my kids and other kids in Scarborough, and your energy and passion for coaching and for the team was remarkable. Coach Hayes coached my last 2 years. My first 2 years was with Dave Labby. Dave was also very meaningful to me. He recruited me. Unfortunately, Dave wasn't able to be here tonight. He helped me adjust to college life, college basketball. And what I remember about Coach Labby is he had tremendous confidence in me right from the jump. And not many people can say this, but I scored my first 2 college points before the game even started. So how did that happen? Somebody on the other team in layup lines dunked it, got a technical foul. Coach Labby picks this 6-foot, 100-0 shooting guard from Rhode Island to go shoot the free throws. So I'm standing there on my own at the free throw line, nobody on the court, 20 minutes still on the scoreboard, and I hit them both. And it was an awesome feeling to have that trust with upperclassmen on the team, and I just appreciate Coach Labby for that. I also wanted to mention too that I did get to know the late Jim Beaudry. He was a great supporter. He wasn't a coach of mine, but was always there. Just a great person to talk to, part of the fabric here of UNE. Certainly memorable. Teammates. Can't forget my teammates. Appreciate having some here tonight. I was fortunate to play 4 years with 4 guys. Mark Oliver and Mike Warner are here. Well, 3 others. Mark Regis as well. We spent a lot of time together. We lived together. We played basketball together. We got along very well. We represented the school and the team tremendously, and always appreciate and think back to the time we all spent together. Thank you. Our freshman year, we didn't have any seniors, and there was a group of, I'll call them characters because that's what they are, Brandon Berthium, Dan Mills, Nick Chapman, Yatin Gay, who from the day we stepped on, I mean, even recruiting trips, they were tremendous. There were no issues with upperclassmen, younger-classmen. They showed us the way how to do it. You know, they worked hard. They brought us along, and you know, still great friendships to the day with them. Mike Floyd, Mike Pierce are also here. We spent a few years playing together. They actually had to listen to me as a coach for a little while, and they respected me as a coach, having already been a teammate, and I appreciate them for that too. We had a lot of memorable moments on the court together. You know, our records aside, we had some really strong games. I remember going down to Curry. We were the 4 seed. They were the 1 seed. Our second year, Mark and Mike, and knocked them off. I think Regis hit a 30-footer at the buzzer. Everybody contributed. We had a layup, few seconds left in the game by Brandon. It was you know, a great moment for the team. We actually played against UMaine. We drove them crazy. Coach Hayes was the assistant. We had D1 coaches yelling at D1 players in the first half because they couldn't figure out what we were doing. We played at the pit, which was exciting up there, and just lots of memories that we remember. So I thank you all very much. And I'm gonna finish with this. I believe that making the decision to go away to college for any young adult is an impactful one. The experiences that college life offers can be critical in an individual's development. Many 17 or 18-year-olds make this decision, going out on their own for the first time, taking on additional responsibility, decision-making, developing life skills, and growing as a person. Ultimately discovering what you're all about, what you're made of. I'm thankful that I was able to land at UNE, which provided me with a supportive community for 4 years to figure all that out. I sought out opportunities to be a leader on campus, in and out of athletics, a leader of great people who worked hard to represent the university the right way. To be recognized tonight for my achievements on the court and for especially how I conducted myself off of it is something that I will value forever. I'm thankful to be a part of this athletic community. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Danielle Collins. I'm the head field hockey coach here at UNE. First, I would like to congratulate all of the inductees tonight. It's awesome to be able to get this prestigious award and be able to be inducted into, your College Hall of Fame. It's my honor to present the next inductee, Vonde Saunders, class of 2018. Vonde played a key role in elevating our program into regional prominence over her 4-year career. During her time in a Nor'easter uniform, our program posted a 72-23 overall record, including a dominant 45-3 mark in conference play. We won the CCC championship in each of her 4 seasons and also advanced to the second round of the NCAA in those years. Vonde concluded her career as the all-time leader in goals with 64 and points 152. She was voted third team All-American her junior year, and on 3 occasions was the first team All-Conference choice. She scored 22 goals as a junior, including a hat-trick performance versus Western New England in the conference championship game. Now, first, I would like to thank her family for, allowing her to come to UNE. I know at one point she was about to go to St. Mike's, and I was like, no, please don't do that. I went to Burlington for a little bit, but this is a better place. Met them down in Florida, and I remember the day your mom came over and was like, she's coming! again. I'm like, thank God, here we go, you know. And those are the things that, you know, for Vonde, family is a very important thing. And her family has been a huge part of our program. Not only Vonde being here, her sister coached with me. I don't know if any of you know, they have the salty dogs, so those dogs are like spread throughout the UNE community, so they've always been within our program. The stats and the awards paint a pretty easy picture of the impact that Vonde had on our program. But that does not show the hard work and dedication that she had done day in and day out. She left everything on the field, and even if she got hurt or hit, it never slowed her down. And those of you that know Vonde, she seems like the sweetest, most caring, lovable person, which she really is, all of those characteristics. But really, she had a side that I was so happy she was on my team and not other teams. Those times that she did get hurt or hit, it fueled her, to the point that there were times I would have to pull her off the field so she wouldn't lose her shit. She would think that she would get away with some sneaky occasions that she thought I didn't know happened. You know, maybe that Endicott game when you got taken out and then you may or may not have kicked Endicott player while she was on the ground. Caught that on film. So that was something we rewatched multiple times. You know, but even, and don't get me wrong, she worked her butt off and she deserved everything that she did. And the one thing that I think she always, you know, in the back of her mind, she was swearing at me in her head when I was like, Vonde, you got to get in the weight room. So she was like, bleep, yeah, right, coach. I'm going to lift these 5-pound weights and call it a day. And that's pretty much what she did. Vonde ended her career being named UNE's Female Athlete of the Year in 2017-2018, and I was lucky enough to have her come back and be by my side as a coach for the 2021 and 2022 seasons. It was a lot of fun having Vonde on the sidelines with me because I knew things were going to get done the right way, and we were going to go down without a fight. We balanced each other very well, and we knew how to coach a team in a way that helped us to lead to a championship game in 2021 and then a championship win in 2022. It was such an honor and a pleasure to be able to coach you for 4 years, coach with you for 2 years, but I get to call you a friend for a lifetime. Love you, Vonde. At this time, I'd like Vonde to please step forward.
Thank you so much. I'm beyond grateful and honored for this induction. Playing field hockey has truly carried me through life. It's given more back to me than I could have ever imagined. It built so many friendships, memories, lessons, and has formed me to be the person I am today. Because of this sport, I have so many people to thank. First of all, my teammates. I'm so thankful to have had these girls by my side for some of the most important years of my life. And I've never seen a group of girls work harder. The sweat, blood, and tears that were left on the field by them go above and beyond. Between the 4-hour bus rides, the broken down buses, the locker room dance parties, to the 7 different overtimes our junior year, including the one we beat Bowdoin, and of course, the 4 conference championship wins. I could not have asked for a better group to do it with. From Buck, Hannah Buckley, being my home base, my comfort on the field no matter what I was feeling, usually because she was feeling the exact same thing, and always because she had my back. We were lucky enough to play side by side, and by senior year, even lived right across the hall from each other. Then there were Alex and Biv. Those two left every ounce of themselves on the field. They made our job so much easier. They always seemed to come out of nowhere, intercepting passes, moving the ball up the field, or directing us where to go. And beyond the skills, they gave everyone confidence. If something was about to go down, you knew they had your back. And trust me, you did not want to be on their bad side on a field hockey field. I could go on and on about every single teammate, about what they brought to our team. I don't think we would have accomplished all the amazing things we did if not one of us were there. We all complemented each other so perfectly, and when we came together as a team, we were unstoppable, and we did not want to lose. These girls have grown to be the strongest, most resilient women, and they can go through anything. I'm so fortunate to have them as my lifelong friends. Next, I want to thank my family for their support from day one. From my oldest brothers, Matt and Shane, being my last-minute catchers for my pitching lessons in high school, to my brother Scotty, playing every backyard sport and completely dominating me every single time. I literally can't remember winning once. Not sure if that made me more competitive or taught me how to lose. I think a little bit of both. My brothers growing up were always there for me and supported me, even though I was just the little sister. I want to thank my older sister, Molly. First of all, thank you for leading the way. I grew up watching you dominate in sports and thinking, I want to be just like her. Once I decided to follow in your footsteps, you not only supported me daily, but you were able to coach me, whether it was my rec league basketball team or our multiple conference championship teams here at UNE. You always did a great job balancing your coaching role and being my big sister. I was lucky enough to always have mom and dad in the stands, but having my sister on the sideline made it even more special. My biggest thank you goes to my mom and dad. It's really hard to come up with words to describe how thankful I am of these two. I'm not even sure where to begin, but pretty much thank you for everything. Although I learned a lot from this sport, these two were the ones to really help me stay true to the lessons I've learned and supported me through it all. The endless hours of driving me to and from practices and games, in the blizzards, or the early morning 4 a.m. drives, staying overnight for tournaments, and coming to every single game I've played in for as long as I can remember. You always encouraged me to keep showing up, work hard, and support my teammates. But more than anything, knowing you were always there meant everything to me. You are the reason I played. I wanted to make you proud, and I played my hardest for you. It was my way of saying thank you for always supporting me. And I'll admit, I used to panic if I didn't see you guys before a game. I'd scan the sidelines until I spotted you walking up with your dog, Reeve, the salty dog. The moment I saw you guys, my nerves disappeared, and I could finally breathe and get ready for that first whistle. You've always put me in my priorities first, and still do to this day. You have always been there for me, and you still are. I'm the person I am today because of you, and for that, I'm forever grateful. I want to thank all the coaches I've had in my life for helping me grow, and I especially want to thank Coach Collins. Coach, you opened up a whole new world for me when I arrived freshman year. You taught me so much on and off the field. I felt so lucky to have a coach who shared the same competitiveness I had. I remember telling a teammate halfway through my first season, she's such a good coach, so supportive and helpful, teaching us so much. And then somehow she knows exactly when to light a fire under us and get us going. After completing my 4 years and looking back, you were always spot on. Your approach to coaching is something I truly admire. You pushed me past limits I didn't know I had. You helped me dig deeper and discover what I was capable of, and I carry that with me every single day. I have so much respect for you, and I always will. Lastly, I want to thank Phil. Although you weren't technically there for the whole ride, as a former athlete and a current coach, thank you for reminding me in our everyday lives all the lessons we've learned from being lifelong athletes. I'm truly honored to be inducted into the UNE Hall of Fame. I would not be here without the incredible people I have mentioned and so many more, including the entire athletics department, who made every day as a student athlete feel comforting and supportive. I plan to carry these lessons I've learned with me throughout the rest of my life. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Rick Hayes, and I'm the head swim coach here at UNE. Tonight's next inductee is Kayla Burgess, class of 2018. Kayla is just the second swimmer in our program history to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. She had an impressive 4-year career, racking up 8 solo all-New England performances over her 4 seasons. Her best showing was a 3rd-place finish in the 400 individual medley at the 2018 New England Championships. At the time of Kayla's graduation, she held school records in the 200 butterfly, 400 IM, and 500-yard freestyle. Over her career, the team posted a 26-10 record in dual meets and tied the best finish in program history with a 5th-place showing at the New England Championships. As a senior, Kayla achieved academic All-America status and was selected UNE's Scholar Athlete of the Year. On a personal note, I was able to join the team just after Kayla's first year. I knew we had an invested athlete when it took her less than 20 minutes to respond to my introduction email that I had sent the team in late May of 2015. She was laying out her excitement and goals for the coming seasons. Kayla always pushed to be the best she could be. She was one of the fiercest competitors I've ever coached. She led by example and pushed to set a standard the program could grow on. She challenged herself and her teammates to be better, and me as a coach to push her towards her successes. I can honestly say we would not be seeing the successes of this program today without her setting that bar during her time here. We've had multiple situations where I've had swimmers that didn't even know her would look at her name up on the board and say, I want to be like Kayla. Kayla's impact is nothing short of impressive, and I cannot think of a better fit as a representative of the UNE swim program here in the Hall of Fame. It's my pleasure to present Kayla Burgess for induction into the UNE Hall of Fame.
Hello, everyone. I wish I could remember that email that I sent you. I might have to go take a look back for that because I'm really curious. I'm still a big email lover. So thank you to the Hall of Fame committee. Congrats again to Vonde and Matt and Ryan, are my fellow inductees. Thank you for this opportunity to say a few words. I'd like to start by thanking you, Coach, for coming in my sophomore year here and stepping into a program that was in a bit of a flex period. And I just appreciate you allowing me to, even as a sophomore and then through my senior year, take on those leadership roles and just put in my fight for what I wanted to get out of swimming here. And I really appreciate that. I appreciate you letting me bug you about specific training sets for the 200-yard butterfly, me approaching you with the sets written saying, can we do this? And just putting so much of your heart into the swim program. I'd also like to just thank, even though they aren't here, my coaches growing up swimming for a club team called Kingfish Swimming in Southeast Mass. My coaches, Jay Kraft and Lauren Brown, were a huge instrumental part of my childhood, and I wouldn't be the swimmer that I became or just the person that I am without them. At UNE, in addition to coach and just the athletic staff, I'd also just like to give a shout out to Coach K, Lindy Kelly, who still runs, I'm pretty sure, the strength and conditioning program here. Lindy got into the pool with us my senior year. I said, Coach K, can you come down into the water? You haven't worked with the swim team as much yet, and I just want to show you like what's so important to us as aquatic athletes rather than land athletes. And she was willing to get right in there with in the pool with us and figure out what would work for the swim team. which was so appreciated. And she was always one of our best supporters. And also to the athletic trainers who worked with our team in that supply closet of an AT room. They were always there for us as well. I need to thank my teammates, especially the three who are here today, Sam, Eleni, and Taryn. You all just made me feel so valued and appreciated during my time here as a swimmer, and just for making this grueling sport so fun. You all put up with my sometimes overly serious attitude towards swimming, which I appreciate. You gave me my nickname, Kayla Big Blue, KBB for short. You were the ones, I don't know if you know this, that helped me decide that I would come to UNE, particularly Eleni and Sam. And I was just gonna say, I'm so glad I didn't go to another unnamed school. I really need to thank my parents, Linda and Rich, or as my teammates call them, Mr. and Mrs. Big Blue. You all have supported my swimming since I was a little kid on the Kingsbury Club swim team. And even though I would refuse to talk to you during meets or after meets, I would be grumpy and tired. You were just always supportive in your quiet way. You would always be cheering me on, even though it wasn't loud at times, but just in your own ways. And I had to actively convince you not to drive 6 hours to Bangor to come see every single dual meet that we had, especially when they were those mid-season meets. And for those of you who aren't as familiar with swimming, it's not like consistent throughout the season that like every meet is gonna be a great meet. The middle of the season is horrible. You just feel like crap. And my parents wanted to come to every meet, so I had to convince them not to come to some of the mid-season ones that just felt like crap. But you were always my biggest fans, and I have a really important memory of after my very last race at NESDA Champs my senior year, walking up to the stands to see you, which I never did. I hated going up to the stands and talking to you guys during meets. But I came up bawling my eyes out and said, "Thank you for everything." And Dad, you just said, "No, thank you." Lastly, I just want to say to the current swimmers, speaking of that last race, my last race was the 4x100 free relay on Sunday night of Champs. And I had only ever gone a 56 and 100 free before. And in that last race, I skipped over 55 and split a 54 as the anchor. And I remember coming out and coach saying, "Do you want to know your split?" And just being like kind of amazed. And I just want to say to you all that the feeling of that last race ever, of concluding 16 years of swimming and dedicating my life to that, was just an almost out of body experience to put in that mental and physical effort in that last race. And I remember thinking, wow, I wonder how much of that is left in me. And I just want to say to you all that I hope you can dig into that is in you. If you can reach it, it's an amazing feeling to reach that mental and physical milestone. One of my kind of personal mantras when I was swimming was, you get what you work for, not what you wish for. And I really tried to guide myself with that as a swimmer and in other aspects of my time at UNE. While I don't get into the pool too often anymore, although I will be doing so on Sunday, I just always will think of myself as a swimmer. So much of my personality and just who I am as a person was developed through this sport and through my coaches and teammates who helped me become the swimmer and the person that I am today. So I just thank you all for giving me the honor of being in the UNE Athletics Hall of Fame. Thank you.
I'm Kevin Swall. I'm the men's ice hockey coach here. Congratulations to all of tonight's inductees. Tonight's final inductee is Ryan Bloom, class of 2020. Ryan played a key role in elevating our program to national prominence. Our team posted a 74, 28, and 10 record during his 4 years. We made our first 2 NCAA tournaments during his 4 years, and we won our first conference championship in 2019. Individually, his accomplishments were truly impressive. Ryan graduated as our all-time leader in goals with 75, power play goals with 29, and games played with 110. He was a 4-time All-CCC member, and he was a 3-time All-American. He was CCC Player of the Year, CCC Scholar Athlete of the Year, and an Academic All-American his senior year. Since graduating from UNE, Ryan has gone on to graduate from Tufts Medical School, and he's currently in his 2nd year of residency at the National Rehabilitation Hospital in Washington, D.C. Unfortunately, that's all I have for remarks. There were a lot of great speeches tonight. I'm a man of few words, so that's all I got. So I'd like to welcome Ryan Bloom to the stage.
Kevin. Wow, thank you, Kevin, for that amazing introduction. If I think he could just follow me around and, introduce me with every room I walk in with that, I think that'd be pretty awesome. But in all seriousness, I'm, just really humbled and full of gratitude as I reflect back here on my time at UNE. I grew up playing hockey with my older brother, Ben, pretty much all the way through high school. Ben was a bit of a grinder, would hit, create space for me, and really just let me, really develop my talent and grow as a player. So Ben unfortunately passed away the year before starting my freshman year at UNE, and I really don't think it was a coincidence that I found myself playing with 2 brothers, Trevor and Brady Florent, as a freshman. My mom calls events like this a God wink, and I couldn't agree more. Playing with Trevor, he was like another big brother to me, someone I looked up to a lot, and someone I really just tried to model myself as when I was a freshman, both on and off the ice. Brady, on the other hand, he was like the younger brother I really never had. I helped him with his intro to biology homework, listened to his girl problems. I got to be the big brother for once in my life, so that was cool. But in all seriousness, I'm truly honored to be joining both Brady and Trevor in the Hall of Fame. I credit a large part of my success to them, and 2 of the best players I've had the pleasure of playing with. I think overall what I'm really trying to say and get at is the brotherhood, the family that is UNE hockey is really what makes this program special. From the rink staff with guys like Leon and Hockey Todd to our loyal and dedicated fans like Pete, who's here today. It's what makes the program special, just full of love and just a family. There are really too many teammates for me to thank individually. I'd like to shout out the class of 2020. None of them are here. They live throughout the country, but I got to give recognition to Ryan Burr. He's another All-American. Liam Nyman, Dimitri Jones, Tate Sproxton, Sammy Mushu, and Neil Maeda as well. Also would like to recognize Ben Churchfield, who's in attendance. He's a legendary UNE hockey goalie, holds a lot of records. We used to battle and practice and just push each other every day to be better. And I still own your glove side, buddy. I'd still like to give a big thank you to my girlfriend, Renata, who's here. This is her 3rd time hearing this speech today. And also for believing, that I could make it to the NHL. And I think finally, the biggest thank you is to my family, my parents, Mary Beth and Ken, for all the sacrifices they made for my hockey career. I just can't put into words how much I appreciate all the sacrifices you guys made to get me to this point, and all the love I felt playing hockey. It was always something I played with passion and joy, and it was never something that was forced upon me. And that's something I hope to pass on to my future children. I'd also like to thank my oldest brother, Josh, for just keeping things in perspective for me, always reminding me hockey is just a game, and to love and enjoy it, and enjoy every moment of it. And finally, just my older brother, Ben, my angel on the ice. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Heather Davis, and I'm the Director of Athletics here at UNE. Tonight, we have celebrated some of the most accomplished student athletes in the history of their sport programs. And as you can tell from each of their remarks and the remarks of those that presented them, this is truly a special group and one that is so deserving of the prestigious honor of being inducted into our Hall of Fame. On behalf of the University of New England Board of Trustees, it is my honor to officially induct Matt McManus, Vonde Saunders, Kayla Burgess, and Ryan Bloom into the UNE Varsity Club Athletics Hall of Fame. Matt, Vonde, Kayla, and Ryan join a select group in our Hall of Fame. And as tonight marks our 20th anniversary of the first Hall of Fame ceremony, we are so pleased to celebrate the rich tradition of success enjoyed by so many of the athletics programs from St. Francis College, Westbrook College, and the University of New England. At this time, I would like to recognize the other Hall of Fame members who are with us this evening. Please stand at this time for a round of applause. We are in the midst of a very successful fall sports season, with many of our teams well positioned for a run at conference championships. In addition, our winter sport teams are already beginning their competitions. Our student athletes continue to excel academically and are such active leaders in our campus and in our local communities. UNE student athletes truly embody all of the positive qualities of a Division III athletics program and make us all so proud. I also want to take a moment to thank all of you this evening. Many of you continue to support our individual teams and department by coming to events, games, outings, watching online, and making gifts to support continued enhancement of the student-athlete experience. UNE Athletics Giving Day is coming up on October 28th, and we are always so grateful for your generosity. We hope you will join us tomorrow for the various home contests, including field hockey, women's tennis, and volleyball matches, as well as football looking to retain the Lobster Trap Trophy in its game versus Husson. As we conclude tonight's program, I would ask for our 4 inductees to please remain in the room for photos. This concludes our event. Thank you for being with us tonight, and I hope you enjoy the remainder of our homecoming activities. Thank you.